Hi, my name is Beth Joki. I'm a personal trainer and a fitness instructor at the Itasca County Family YMCA. Today I'm going to be taking you through one of our classes that we use with our active older adults, or for any members that are starting a fitness program, anybody coming off rehab, or anybody who has some special needs. It's called Flexible Strength. And you can see I've got some equipment here in the studio that we'll use. You can just use a chair if you don't have a fit ball. We'll need dumbbells. We have some stretching bands, but you can use soup cans for weights. You can use water bottles for weights, or you can just use your limbs and just do the motions as we go through this. We're going to be incorporating different fitness components. We'll be working on strength, balance, and flexibility. Okay? So, to get started, we're just going to start with a little easy warm-up. All I want you to do is just start moving a little bit, getting your torso moving, arms moving. We're just trying to warm up, maybe some easy arm circles. Just kind of get started. Shoulder shrugs. Okay, so just kind of get our heart rate up a little bit. You can do some marching in place. Don't really have to move around that much. And then we're going to grab stretching bands. So you can use tubing, you can use bands, you can use a towel, and we're just going to start with some easy stretches. So over the top, and then we're going to go to the side and hold, just nice and easy. And take it across to the other side. And then let's bring it back down in front, arms at shoulder height. Easy rotation as far as you can go to one side. And just hold. And then we're going to come across and go all the way around to the other side. And hold, just using this to loosen up, work on some flexibility. And coming back to the front, and bring your arms down, relax, roll the shoulders out. Now we're going to grasp a little bit closer with our hands. Arms are straight out in front of us, shoulder height, and I want you to pull back and squeeze your shoulder blades behind you, focusing on your shoulder blades and good posture. Keep your core tucked in tight, good athletic stance. My feet are about shoulder width apart. We're going to hold, come back, roll it out a little bit, and we're going to repeat this 3 more times. So squeeze, stand nice and tall, think good posture. And back down. And the 3rd time, squeeze and hold. Really focus on putting those shoulder blades back in their pockets. Squeeze together and down. And 1 more time. And hold. And then from here, as we bring it back together, we're going to do a diagonal pull. So 1 arm high, 1 arm low. Again, standing nice and tall. Just hold that tight. Switch and we'll go the other way. And back the first direction. And hold. And again, last time right here. And that's good. All right, now we're gonna loosen the band up a little bit. These are called wraparounds. So we're getting a little slack on it, and I'm gonna pull my arm right around my head and then do kind of a U-turn and pull it back. So around and back, around and back. This will loosen up your shoulder. 1 more time. And then we're gonna go the other direction. Around and back. Around. Again, you might hear your shoulders crunching a little bit. A little bit of tightness there. And that's good. All right, that's all we're gonna do with the tubing right now. Just gonna do a few easy stretches here. First is our deltoid stretch, where we just bring our arm across in front, grab that elbow, and a nice easy stretch and hold. Nice deep breath, relax, pull, and swing it down, bring the other one up, same thing, across and hold. Should feel this stretch in your back, upper back, shoulder, maybe into your neck some. And then we're gonna do a tricep stretch over the top. Now, if you can't reach your elbow on this stretch, you can reach your wrist and bring it across, or if you can, go ahead and grasp the elbow and just get a nice, easy stretch. You kind of want to reach that hand straight back behind you so you get a good stretch through your tricep. And just hold and relax. And then switch, same thing on the other side, either wrist or elbow. Drop that hand down behind and stretch and hold. So most of these stretches we're holding 12 to 15 seconds. So if you want to go longer, you can do that. All right, now we're going to find our hand weights. So I've got a set of dumbbells here. Like I said, you can use water bottles, you can use soup cans, or just use your limbs as your resistance. So we're going to start with bicep curls. 3 options for your stance. An athletic stance, which I'm at right now, where my feet are about shoulder width, standing nice and tall. That's one option. My other option is putting one foot directly behind. So I've got a heel to toe pattern. This is for balance. Or our third option is to stand and balance on one foot, which is the one I'm gonna do right now. So we're gonna hold that stance, and then we're just gonna do bicep curls, bring our arms up to our shoulders, and also lifting down. So if you're balancing, we're gonna do 8 reps in this position. And then we will switch our legs. This is 6. Hope I'm counting right. 7 and 8. Never hurts to do an extra rep. All right, now we're gonna switch legs. You can also switch if you got the heel toe position, and we're gonna do 8 more right here. 3, 4, nice and controlled. 5, 6, 7, and 8. All right, now we're going back to that athletic stance, standing nice and tall. Hands come in front of our thighs. We relax our shoulders. This is called an upright row. We're just gonna squeeze my hands straight up, pull them straight up my body, keep my hands below my elbows, and lower them back down. You should feel this in your shoulders and your upper back. Keep the weights right next to your body. And we don't want our hands to go much higher than chest to shoulder height. So pulling straight up, squeezing again, keep that core tucked in. And we are gonna do 15 reps of each of most of the exercises. There'll be a few that will change things up. Again, if you feel like that's too much for you, you can slow it down and do 10, 12, whatever you're comfortable with. 3 more. And that's 15. All right, then we're gonna put our hands to our sides. This is called an empty can exercise. We're gonna bring our arms up at an angle. They're not straight out in front, they're not straight out at the side. I'm gonna tip like I'm emptying a soup can, and then turn it back up, bring my arms back down. So it's up, twist, back, and down. Again, nice and controlled. Arms about shoulder height. We don't want to go higher than shoulder height because that impinges. It's called impinging our shoulders. So keep it right here, nice and relaxed. And we're gonna do 10 of these. 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, roll those shoulders out a little bit. Our next move, we're gonna bring our arms straight up in front of our body, elbows forward. Notice as I open my arms, they're gonna go to a 90-degree angle and back, open, and close. Again, we're gonna be sliding our shoulder blades together in the back. Think posture muscles, stand nice and tall. Keep your core, your abdominals tucked in. 8. We'll do 15 of these. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15 is good. All right, drop those down, roll the shoulders out a little bit. And our last one for this upper body set is going to be an extended bicep curl, where I'm going to have my arms out to the side, palms up, strong core, come in and out under control. Now, if we were in a live class, while I'm talking, all my class members would be counting for me so that they wouldn't have to be doing extra reps in case I mix up my count. Especially on this one. 9, 10, 11, 12, we got 3 more, 13, 14, and 15 is good. All right, we're gonna put our hand weights down, and now we're gonna bring the stability ball into play. Now, if you don't have a stability ball, you can do this seated on the chair. And what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna sit on the front edge of the chair. Don't have your back touch, or don't use the back for support. I'm gonna be sitting on a stability ball. And if you have a ball, you wanna use your chair as some balance. So you can either hold on to the top, hold on to the bottom. Eventually, our goal would be to do it without using the chair. So that's what I'm gonna do today. You do whatever you're comfortable with. So shoulders up. Use your core to control the ball, not your shoulders and head. So I'm sitting nice and tall, feet out in front. I'm gonna bring one leg up. I'm just gonna hold and balance, point my toe to the ceiling. I should feel my quadricep getting tight. The tendency is to wanna sag down a little bit, but we wanna sit up nice and tall, use our core. And we're gonna hold for about 15 seconds. And then we're gonna drop that leg down, come up with the other one under control. Again, keep everything nice and strong in the middle. Everybody counting in their head. 12, 13, 14, and 15. All right, drop that down. Back to the first leg. Now we're gonna add some extensions. So knees, foot's out, toe is up. Drop the heel down, squeeze it back up. We'll do 5 with the toe up. 3, 4, and 5. Turn the toe out to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Turn the toe in. The reason we turn our toe is we're getting different parts of our quadricep. There's inside and outside heads. 1 more. And these are the muscles that help support the knee, so it's important that we work these. 3, 4, and 5. All right, drop that foot down, reposition, sitting up tall. Other leg comes out, toes up. And again, extensions on this leg. 3, 4, 5, toe out. You should feel this more on the inside. 5, now we turn it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, and now we go straight up to the top again. Toe up. 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, now we're gonna stand up and move the ball out in front of the chair. We're gonna sit onto the chair. Move it out front so the ball is under the heels of your shoes. So my legs are extended. I have some space in between the ball and my chair. I'm gonna brace my hands on the seat of the chair, push down with my heels. So we wanna make an indentation. I'm gonna pull in and push out. So now I'm working my hamstrings, which are the muscles on the back side of our thigh. You might also feel this in your glutes a little bit, but we wanna keep that pressure pushing down with our heels. Now, if you don't have a ball, I'm not sure how you could just do it on the floor, sliding your heels in or out. Or if you have a small ball, a SilverSneakers ball, you can just move that in and out with your heel. So there are a few options. Then we're gonna move to one that can kind of be a challenge for people, but we move the ball right next to the chair, drape our feet over the top. I'm gonna squeeze with my heels. Now this is the first part of the exercise. If I'm squeezing with my heels, I can feel my core tightening, my hip flexors working. That's the first part. You can just do that. You want a little bit higher intensity move, then we're gonna lift the ball and hold. And we hold for about 8 to 10 seconds. And we relax down, we roll our ankles out. We're gonna repeat this 3 more times. Either squeeze or squeeze and lift. And relax down, roll out, and squeeze and lift. And relax down. And we'll do one more time. All right, that can go to the floor, and we're gonna be done with that for a little bit, so move that aside. We're gonna move around to the back of the chair, and I have to figure out this wire thing. We don't have that in class. So we're gonna move to the back of the chair. Use the chair for support if you need to. Now, you can use 2 hands, 1 hand, 1 finger, whatever's gonna challenge your balance a little bit. I'm gonna go without holding onto the chair. Lateral leg lefts. So we're gonna be bringing our leg out to the side and back down. We wanna lift and we wanna lower. So don't just let gravity do its job and flop the leg to the floor. We wanna control it up and control it down. Try to maintain a nice vertical position. Don't lean too far. We want to lift with our abductors and not use our body to lift. It's 8. We'll do 15 of these also. 9. Under control. 10. 11. 12. Now you can see I'm tapping down. You can also just keep that foot elevated and work your balance even more. And just come in balance and hold. 1 more, and that's good. All right, we're gonna switch sides. Standing nice and tall. And the other leg, lateral lifts. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 3 more, 13, 14, and 15. All right, the next one we're gonna do at the back of the chair, but I'm gonna turn it so you can see a little bit better. We're gonna lean forward, move your weights out of the way. Lean forward slightly, so I'm at kind of a plank position, and I'm gonna lift my leg straight back and up, keeping my leg relatively straight. Now I'm squeezing with my glutes and my lower back. If you feel a pinch or a spasm in your lower back, just don't lift it as high. Just modify it a little bit and just squeeze a little bit lower. 9. And We'll do 15 of these also, 5 more. You will have a little bend in your knee, depending on your flexibility in your hamstrings and some other places. And that's good. Then we're going to switch legs, reposition, and the other side, lift. And again, we're lowering, don't just let it flop down. Three more, 13, 14, and 15 is good. All right, so that's it for our legs. We're gonna move into another upper body set. So we're gonna need our hand weights again, or whatever you're using for the hand weights. So I'm gonna step out front. I want my feet shoulder width. This is called a tricep kickback. I'm gonna bend my knees slightly and keep my back nice and straight. I don't want to round. I want to keep my head and shoulders up. Arms come up, lock those elbows in place, and then I'm just gonna swing my hands back into a kickback. So I'm using my triceps. The only joint that should be moving is my elbow. So my upper arm is staying pretty much locked in the side, nice and tight. 8. 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15 is good. All right, I'm gonna take a minute here because I am warming up. All right, bent over rows. So I'm gonna go to a split stride. Now on these, a lot of times we will double up and put our both weights in one hand. That's optional. You can just do a single. Notice I'm bracing myself on that front leg, and I'm gonna squeeze my elbow up towards the ceiling. I'm pulling from front to back. So here's forward, I'm pulling to my hip into a row. I should be feeling this, again, in my shoulder blades, sliding back towards my spine. Squeeze, 8. We do a lot of movements using the muscles in our back, because those are muscles that need to be tightened up, especially as we get older, so we don't develop, or so we have better posture as we age and don't develop that stooped over shoulder angle. 2 more. And then I'm gonna switch and turn around. I'll go this way, maybe. Switch my feet. Switch hands, so my opposite leg is forward, and squeeze. Again, nice and controlled. We don't want any real fast, jerky motions. Squeeze back. 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one is good. All right, let's grab now the end of the dumbbells or your hand weights, whatever you're using, and we're gonna bring them together straight up, right over the top of our body for tricep extension. Now your feet should be shoulder width. Tuck your glutes and your core in so you're not arching your back. We're gonna drop down behind our head, shoulders pointing, or elbows pointing forward, and squeeze to the ceiling. So keep those arms close to the head. If you feel any strain in your lower back, you can step forward with one foot slightly, and that will help if you're feeling that, any stress in your lower back. 5 more. 3, 2, and last one is good. All right, good athletic stance again. Hands come right out in front of our thighs. We're gonna do front raises and lateral raises. Now these are gonna work your shoulders. Again, keep your core tight. As I come up, I'm just coming to parallel up to my shoulders. Now I'm gonna go out to the side. Again, parallel to the floor. We don't wanna go any higher, because again, as we spoke of earlier about impinging the shoulder, we don't wanna lift past parallel. So again, keep that core nice and tight. Nice, smooth, controlled motions. And we'll do 10 of these in each direction. One more set. And that is good. All right, let's put one of those weights down. And now we're gonna do a diagonal. So I'm gonna have you get a little wider with your feet. Bring your arm across your body to your opposite hip. And then I'm gonna pull up with my shoulder and upper back into a kind of a sweeping diagonal motion. Again, I should feel this in my upper back and shoulders. Don't be bending the elbow a lot. It's not a bicep or tricep move, it's shoulder. And we'll do 10 of these on each side. One more. And that's 10. All right, switching hands. Again, across the body, nice strong stance. Up. 2. So even though these are all upper body moves, we're stabilizing with our core, with our legs. All of that's going to help your balance. And 2 more. And that's good. All right, we put our hand weights away, tuck those under the chair. And now we're going to move to the exercise ball. Now, again, if you don't have a stability ball, you have a small ball, even if you just have a smooth wall, you don't need any kind of ball. I'm going to use this pillar as a wall. Oops, just a minute. Give myself a little slack there. So I want to position the ball kind of mid-lower back, okay? Then I want to step my feet forward so I'm at an angle as I'm leaning back. So if I'm using a small ball, I'm just going to be closer to the wall. If I'm just using the wall, I still want my feet out and away. So as I slide down, most of the weight is staying on my heels, and I'm keeping my knees right over my heels. So I'm doing a squatting motion. And again, take it only down as far as you're comfortable. If you have some knee issues, you might only go part way. It might be right here. And just a little motion, range of motion. If the bending motion bothers you, you can just take it down and hold so you're not going up and down quite so much. We're gonna do that more at the end. But I'm gonna finish with 10 more good squats. Notice I'm keeping my shoulders up, looking forward, nice and controlled. Yeah, if you have a smooth wall at home or a door, you can just do slides up and down on the wall if you don't have a ball to use. 2 more. And come up. We usually shake our legs out a little bit. Now we're gonna do an isometric hold. So same positioning, weight mostly on our heels, shoulders back. I'm gonna come down and we're gonna hold. And in class, we hold for 30 seconds. Today, we'll do about 20. Try not to push your hands on your knees. Try to relax and make your legs do the work here. We don't want to lean forward. We want to sit straight back up. 5, 4, 3, 2, and done. If you can't do a full 20 seconds, go down and hold for 10 seconds. Come back up, go back down and hold for 5 seconds or however long you can do it. All right, we're gonna put the ball aside again. And I'm gonna move behind the chair. And again, I'll position so it might be easier to see. I want my feet shoulder width. We're gonna go up onto a heel raise and hold, and then we're gonna come down and lift our toes. So now we have a couple of ways we can do this. We can just do repetitions where we go up and back, toes up, heels up. So I would do this for about 15 times. Another option would be to do this with just a hold and come up and try to hold and balance. You might use the chair a little bit. Hold for 8 to 10 seconds. Come back down, back, hold. It's harder to balance on your heels. So those are two options there. Repetitions or holds. And we'll go back and do one more heel hold. Just try to keep those shoulders up. Sometimes people lean forward. We want to stand up nice and tall. All right. Now we'll go into some marching, right? So standing, turn sideways on the chair. I want to see high knees and big exaggerated arms. Try to get your knees up above your hips, nice and high. Should get your heart rate up a little bit on this one. 3 more, 2, and that is good. All right, then we're gonna move over to the side of the chair, working on balance. So we're gonna stand using the chair as a balance point, stand on one foot. You can either hold the chair, go without, and then we're gonna add some movement. Now, if you don't wanna do the little squat because of some knee issues or hip issues, just stand in balance. We're gonna do 15 reps. Again, try to go without, but if you just need a little help, even sometimes touching the chair is all the help you need. 3 more. And then we're gonna switch legs. Now, some people like to switch sides. I'm just gonna do it on the same side here, standing tall first. Get your balance, and then add a little single leg squat. So these are things that you could do at a kitchen counter anytime during the day. You know, it doesn't just have to be during your one exercise session of the day. It can be whenever you find yourself standing, waiting for things to do. 3 more. And then we're going to go back to that first leg. Again, standing tall. Now we're going to do some balance holds. So I'm going to put one foot out in front. I'm just going to hold that position. Again, use the chair if you need to. Pick out a balance point on a wall, something that will help you focus. And then we're going to move right to the side with your leg. Hold it out to the side. And then keeping an upright position, push it back and hold. And one more time through those 3 positions out front. So here's your ballerina practice. And to the side. And back. And it is amazing in classes how many people I've had mention to me how they couldn't hardly hold this for a second or two when they first came into class. And now after doing it over a period of time, they can feel that their balance is better and they can hold for 5 or 10 seconds. Okay, we're gonna switch legs. Get that position first. Out and hold. I mean, balance is an important part of keeping us healthy, eliminating falls as we get older. Out to the side, So it's something we need to practice, just like we need to practice other skills. And back. And forward. I mean, when we're growing up and say we're going into basketball, whatever, we have to practice those skills. We have to practice free throws, practice jump shots. Just at this point in our life, we get to practice balance. Might not be as much fun, but it might be better for us. And back. All right, so now I'm going to take you through it. In our class, we divide up into 3 different groups, but we're going to go through 3 different sets of exercises that we all will do together here. So first one, we're going to use this stability ball again. Now, if you don't have one, you can use the chair and just sit on the front edge, and we're going to just do kind of a little ab sit-up by leaning back, getting our core to engage, and coming up. If we have a stability ball, we're going to take it to a wall or someplace we can position our feet on the wall. We want to sit on the front half of the ball. Don't sit right up on top. You want to sit forward and put your legs out in front. So I'm starting in this position. Now as I go back, I'm only going to go back as far as I'm comfortable, feel my core engage, and then come back up. So you don't have to go all the way down. You can just work on increasing your abdominal strength, keeping that back nice and flat, keeping your chin tucked. Don't let your head go back, drop back. And this is just a nice, easy way to do a crunch or a sit-up without having to go down to the floor, and you can still really feel your abdominals. So generally people do anywhere from 10 to 20 of these in class. We're going to go with 10 today. And that's good. Now our next move is for our back. And I'm going to show you an option with the chair first. You can do this from a standing position. I'm going to raise one arm up and my opposite leg goes out, and I'm going to squeeze back and feel my back extend. I'm going to hold for about 5 seconds and come back. Now I can go with that same side, or I can switch and go the other way and just do repetitions to both sides. So that is how you do it upright. If we're doing it on the fit ball, we would extend ourselves down so that the ball is resting on our hips. Look forward. I'm going to lift one leg, the opposite arm. I'm going to balance and hold. And then drop down. And I always start with my leg first because that allows me to keep my balance a little bit better. And hold. And switch again. Leg and then arm. And you'll find you're probably better going one side than the other. But you should feel this all through your lower back, glutes, and into your upper back. And that's good. And then use the ball to push yourself up. And we're done with that. Then we're going to take our tubing. And now at home, I usually like to do this on a door handle. So there is a door handle here, but it's not on camera. But I could loop this around a door handle and I can have tension. I'm just going to use the chair right now as just a prop. You're going to need something a little heavier than this when you're at home. But I'm using the tubing, and I'm going to start with my palms facing in. Notice my feet are in a split stride. This will help in case the tubing decides to let go or break. I have better balance. And I'm going to squeeze my hands to my hips. This is a low row, so there should be tension on this, but since I only have the chair, I'm going to squeeze, pull to my hips, That would be a low row. So 15 of those reps, and then I'm going to turn my palms down, same position, and now I'm gonna pull up to my shoulders into a high row. And we squeeze, and we squeeze, squeeze again, using that back, muscles between the shoulder blades. So today, right now, I'm just doing about 6 or 8 of these. And one more. Now, if you're doing this at home, your body isn't moving, your arms are moving, and then we're gonna do a chest press. So now I'm gonna step inside the tubing and bring it to the sides. And now I'm going to get my split stride again. This will kind of work. I'll push out and back in. So this would just be a chest press. Notice that the tubing is over my arm. Palms are facing out. You would want to have something that is anchored to the floor or to a wall. We're just making do with what we have today. And one more. And that's good. All right. Now, if you have a chair that you can wrap this through, we're gonna just bend it in half over the top of the chair. We're gonna come down on the chair. Again, sit a little bit away from the back, not too much, because you don't wanna pull the chair over. I'm gonna bring both hands up close to my shoulder. I don't wanna pull with my arms, I wanna pull with my core. So if I put my hands up here, and now as I pull, I have to use my core to go diagonal, try to get that shoulder across to the opposite knee. So we call this a resistance chair crunch, and we're going diagonal. There are some options here. Pull and hold. We're gonna go 8 to each side today. And nice and controlled. And then we switch it across to the other side. Hands go up towards the shoulder and squeeze across and control it on the way back. Squeeze across. We'll do 3 more. 6, 7, and 8 is good. All right. So that's it for most of the hard stuff. Now we're gonna just take you through a little cool down. So we're gonna repeat some of the things we did at the beginning, but we're gonna do it from a seated position. So we're gonna cool down a little bit, stretch, work a little flexibility. Let's start with some shoulder rolls. So I'm going backwards to begin with, and then I'm gonna come forward. Just start to kind of loosen up some of the areas, some of the muscle groups that we've worked. Let's turn this into big, easy arm circles. It's nice and slow and controlled. As big of a range of motion as you can do, and change directions, going the other direction, backwards. And then as we come up here, we're just gonna turn them into little wrist rolls. One of the favorite exercises in the class. And the other way. Again, if we spend a lot of time on computer or gardening, cooking, sometimes we get tight with our hands, wrist, carpal tunnel. Now let's put our palm out, facing away. Light pressure from the top. You don't want to pull hard, you just want to put a little bit of pressure. Feel your flexors and your forearms stretching. We'll hold for about 10 seconds. And then we're gonna switch hands, palm up. And just light pressure, just hold. And then we're going to point our fingers down to the ground and put our hand on the top. And again, just very easy, little press. You should feel stretching through. These would be these extensors in your forearm. And then the other hand, palms, fingers down. And stretch and hold. And then just relax down. All right, this is a yoga pose. We're gonna bring our arms straight up to our shoulders. We're gonna turn our palms so they face away. Crisscross your arms and then bring your palms back together. Now, from this position, I'm gonna raise them up over my head, inhaling as I go. As far as I can go, get to the top, hold and exhale your breath. Reach back as far as you can, inhale. And then exhale as we come down. Just bring them back down to shoulder height. Switch so the other hand is on top. Palms together, and again, inhale as we go up. And exhale at the top. And inhale. And exhale. All the way down, and this time let's bring our arms all the way down to the floor. All right, just relax those shoulders. Let's do some head or neck stretches. So first, I'm going to take my right ear down towards my right shoulder. Now, if you want, you can bring your left arm behind, and you should feel a stretch through the neck and the shoulder on the left side. Again, we're holding all of these 10 to 12 seconds. And then I'm gonna bring my chin down to my chest and just relax. Let that head just roll forward. And then now left ear to left shoulder. If you want that right arm back. Just kind of relaxing into all these stretches. And as we come up, now I want you to look up and slightly back. Don't push too hard, just a little stretch in front of your neck. Nice easy breath, and bring that chin down to level. Let's turn and look to our left as far as we can. This is our backing our car out of the driveway exercise. Keep that mobility so you can see behind you. And all the way across the other way. To the right side, squeeze, stretch. All right, let's go back and find our stretching strap. Or tubing if you have it, that would work also. Let's start by reaching up and back slightly. Hold that stretch. And then let's take it down and hold. Stretching always feels good. And over to the other side. And then down to the front, and we're going to do that pivot around again and hold. And all the way around in the other direction. And back to the front. Here's where we loosen it up, put a little slack in it, and let's do let's do 3 wraparounds to each side. So we go and do that U-turn, come back, and then we switch and go the other way. not so much crunching in my shoulders now after I've done all the exercises. All right, let's put those aside. And repeat that deltoid stretch we did at the beginning where we pull our elbow across. Again, sitting up nice and tall and hold. And relax down the other arm. Again, as we're stretching, you can take a couple nice deep breaths. Inhale and exhale. Just start to relax. And up over the top, either elbow or wrist, whatever you're comfortable with. Drop that hand straight down. And arms down and switch. All right, now we're going to bring that fit ball or stability ball back in. You can also do this without. This is a hamstring stretch. We're just going to bring one foot up, toe up. And I want you to reach with one or two hands. Try to keep that leg relatively straight. Now, if you don't have a ball, you can just put your heel on the ground and just reach from here. Or just reach down your leg. Whatever you need to do to feel that stretch and the back side, the hamstring. Also, you might feel it into your lower back. Tight hamstrings can cause lower back issues. So you want to keep stretching these if you have some back problems. And the other foot, out, hold, and stretch. And that's good. All right, we're gonna stand up again and move behind the chair. And I will turn my chair so you can see this a little bit easier. Calf stretch. Angle at the chair, put one foot back so that your heel, you wanna push that heel into the floor and then come forward on that other leg. So we're pushing, you should feel that in your calf. If you do a lot of walking, this is a good stretch to do. And then switch legs. And then we're going to come straight, standing straight up again behind the chair. Now I'm going to use my right arm and I'm going to use my left leg. I'm going to reach diagonally back for that toe. Reach for the toe and it's going to stretch my quadricep. Now the reason we go opposite arm and opposite leg is because it protects our knee. We're not straining the ligaments in the knee doing this. If you can't reach your foot, maybe you can reach the pant leg. You can hold that. And then we're going to switch legs. Again, opposite. Reach for that toe, shoelace, pant leg. Stand up nice and tall, hold that stretch, feel it right on the front of your thigh, your quadriceps. And then last stretch we're going to do is just a shoulder stretch. You need to move to the wall. I guess I'll go right here. You're going to reach your arm back, palm flat. Now this angle can be in lots of different places. But you want to be nice and flat, and then you want to turn and look into the middle of the room and stretch right through your shoulder and your chest. You might feel it in your neck. Hold that position. And then we're going to switch, put the other hand palm flat, and then turn, open up the chest, look into the middle of the room and hold that stretch. And that is it. You made it, everybody. That's basically our flexible strength class at the Y. Hopefully you can maybe continue to do some of this at home. We usually do it 2 times a week. And maybe once all all this social distancing is over, you can come and join us at the Y. We have a good time in class, we play music, we socialize, we talk, we have a good time there. So thank you.